Askreddit thread. What company or business do you think will be gone 10 years from now? Sears. Sears is still in... I don't even know what Sears does. I don't think I've ever been there. The yellow/white pages. For some odd reason, I get a stack of phone books left at my doorstep a couple times a year that I didn't ask for and don't use. I don't know how they even manage to stay in business. Maybe they have to do it for the senior citizens that still have landlines and no internet. Pretty much a huge waste of resources since mine just goes straight into the recycling bin. Can't remember how long it's been since I've actually had to look up a number. Funny thing is, my grandparents don't have internet either, so I could totally see that happening. They don't have internet, but they have like satellite cable. They should really get internet. The white whale for mid-sized paper companies. Phone books make great kindling for camping, barbecues, and arson. The number of fires you can set is only limited by your imagination. The only use I've ever found for a phone book is a chew toy for your pet parrot. Not kidding, he loves to shred it. Not to mention the fact that they hired creepy weirdos in white vans to drop them off. They're basically paying a bunch of douchebags to throw garbage in my front porch. Fuck the yellow pages. Kmart. I worked at Kmart for a few months last year. It was miserable. It shut down a few months after I quit, and that was the end of Kmart in Mutz in the IN. Is that Indiana? I don't know. Hi, Justin. I would like to say Radio Shack, but I think they could outlast a goddamn nuclear winter. Nuclear war. Oh man, I messed up a lot of words today. Didn't they declare bankruptcy and close all their stores recently? Only half close. Wait, what was that? Radio Shack to decay. Oh, that's a good one. In a billion years, there will still be cockroaches, alligators, and Radio Shacks. The thing with Radio Shack is they switched to selling cell phones, so they can make a lot of money that way. Sorry, they're reconstructing now after declaring bankruptcy. In Canada, Home Outfitters. Every time I've been in one of their stores, the staff outnumbered the customers. I hope so. They're the worst. Why can't I shop on your website, Home Outfitters? Bed Bath & Beyond gets my money for that reason alone. I feel like Hulu is going down unless they get into original content game too. And stop wasting huge sums of money on dated content, like more than 2 times what they should have for Seinfeld. Maybe offer the paid tiers sans ad like every other streaming service for TV, movies, and music. The thing is though, people like Hulu. Video companies like Hulu because people still have to pay to watch their stuff, and they get to show ads on it at the same time. They're owned by Comcast. Comcast like to keep their money, not spend it on original shows. I was on vacation in the UK and tried to load up the mobile app through my VPN to catch up on The Daily Show. An error message appeared. It looks like you're using a VPN to access Hulu against our terms, blah blah blah. I canceled my subscription when I got home. Lots of merchandise without an online delivery element. They still have that? I've noticed many a big business that has completely forgotten their Facebook exists. Last entry in 2013. Insane. That's because they've moved to Twitter, which is far more effective for their online presence. They can't have an intern update the Facebook. It literally costs them nothing to do, and it's free advertising. I can't imagine what could possess a business to willingly give up Facebook. Are there any merchandisers without online deliveries? Not anymore. Google. JK, they will be our overlords. Firestone Tires. People are saying Facebook, and while I believe it's probably not going to be the same as it is today, and most people likely going to have a quite diminished active user base, there's no way that Facebook will ever really disappear. Look at MySpace. It fell out of favorability years ago, but it's completely changed its demographic and now caters predominantly as a music connection service. Facebook won't die. Instead, it'll just get very old and sick. Unlike MySpace, Facebook buys other companies. They own Instagram, which is pretty much the app teens and young adults are using now. They'll find a social media app in a couple years to cater to the next group of teenagers and buy the shit out of it. It's funny when people say Facebook is dying because everyone is on Instagram now. That's how MySpace started. But in their prime, the music was only a piece of their demographic. Facebook started as a private social network for Harvard. Maybe that's how it ended up in the future. Maybe that's how it will end up in the future. In 100 years, Facebook is going to be depressing as fuck. A big catalog of the dead. Think about the upside. If Facebook does exist in 100 years, it will be goldmine for genealogists and social scientists. They should have an opt-in system that allows their information to be publicly released in 100 or 200 years or something. It really would be some of the most accurate and detailed history ever recorded. I would opt into something like that. All the porn you've wanted to share will be public for your great-grandkids to feel the same shame you once avoided. Enjoys 3 midgets, 1 chickens, and 2 ponies, April 7th, 2023. PornTube. Once I get a girlfriend, their total activity will drop to at least 90%. Yeah, but he said in the next 10 years. BlackBerry. Even though I know they have a lot of people that are loyal to the brand, it's nowhere near as many as Apple and Android. Mitsubishi Motors. The US sales are abysmal, and they've announced they may close their last opening US factory. They've also closed a few factories in Europe. They have no new or exciting models in the lineup, and the new Outlander has been getting mediocre reviews. We walk through Sears sometimes to get to other stores in the mall, and nobody shops there. The place looks deserted no matter what time of day it is. Malaysia Airlines will certainly go missing by then. Konami. They've just lost Kojima, the person keeping them afloat, and they're going to concentrate on mobile games now. That sucks. Just the digital entertainment division. Japanese conglomerates are like the Hydra. They also operate casinos and are fairly successful with it. Video games might be what you know them for, but they can manage without them. Don't know if it's still true, but at least for a while, Sony was staying afloat with PlayStation and life insurance. There's more to most companies, especially Japanese ones, than meets the eye. Exactly. Japan is full of Konami fitness centers. Wow. I also know Konami because they make the Yu-Gi-Oh card game too that I play a lot. So they're also in the card game division. Yu-Gi-Oh is the second most popular card game in the world. Although now that Hearthstone's so big, I wonder how that... Because Hearthstone is online only though, and physical copies, Yu-Gi-Oh still number 2, right behind Magic. I wonder if they even make that much money from it. Oh well, at least we get Phantom Pain. Hopefully Evil Corp, if Elliot can manage to get his shit together. Evil Corp. Love that show. I felt so bad he tore apart the fat tour guide. Is that a show? Evil Corp. I kind of want to look this up real quick. Search Google for Evil Corp. Evil Corp, Mr. Robot. E-Corp, known to Elliot by the derogatory term, Evil Corp is one of the largest multinational conglomerates in the world. They manufacture computers, phones, blah, blah, blah. According to Mr. Robot, the company owns 70% of the global consumer credit industry. I still don't know what this is. It's Mr. Robot. A show, I guess. Down the rabbit hole. eBay. The fee is way too high, and there are easier ways to find consumers. I hate eBay. I remember, like, a couple months right before my YouTube channel got off the ground and actually started making me a living wage, I was at this point where I was super poor, and I sold so much crap on eBay, and the fees were insane. Like, I sold $400 worth of stuff, and they took $100 of it away in fees. I was like, that's a huge ass markup. Whew, I think it might have even been more than that. It might have been like 150. They took a crap ton of it. I wasn't expecting that much, because they don't even tell you what the fees are. They just bill you at the end of the month. Like, this is how much we spent advertising your stuff. I was like, oh my god, might as well just, like, not used eBay, because that's ridiculous. Numerous mall retail chains. There was a post recently about Six Flags Mall in Arlington, Texas, a sad and creepy husk of its former self. Six Flags has a mall? Plaza Center. At some random broken glass on the floor. A person tall is on his knees. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. How you see the problem is the problem. What? Advertise your store here. It's all old and shit. Do they even have any stores in there? That's pretty funny. Comcast, with luck, if Google Fiber takes off. Even if Google Fiber takes off, it's still probably be about 20 years before they expand to my area. Either that, or I'll have to go to Morven Land. Most big names today will still be around in 10 years. The landscape will change greatly in that time, though. However, I don't see Sears/Kmart making it much longer. TomTom, the GPS company? Why? My running watch is awesome. Is that still a thing, considering the smartphones can do? I'm kind of surprised. TomTom provides mapping data for most GPS apps. Even Apple Map uses TomTom data. Oh, TomTom's a real thing? I just thought that it was a... Oh, I guess that makes sense. TomTom is this add-on in WoW that basically is an arrow that points you to your next destination. So I guess it's taken from a GPS system called TomTom. Makes sense. I feel like I've known that before, though, and I'm kind of just remembering it now that I just said all that out loud. Uber. Once drivers start demanding employees' rights rather than the independent contractor status they have now, the whole business model will collapse. It just takes one lawsuit to bring everything down. The occasional Uber driver's sexual assaults haven't helped much either. Best Buy. I once went to a Best Buy, tried out several laptops and tablets, made up my mind, went home, logged on to Amazon, felt like I was robbing them of revenue. Since they are now doing price match and all, there probably will be a point of equilibrium with online versus brick and mortar. The Hellenic Republic. What? A Spaniard, an Irishman, and a Greek go into a brothel. Who pays? Germany. Irish person here. To further the analogy, Germany sits in the corner and watches as you take care of business, requesting frequent updates on your progress. I assume that's some kind of European joke. Reddit. Sabaro. Overpriced bad pizza. What the fuck is up with Sabaro? Oh, that's it. Well, that was a quick one. I skipped a lot of them because I reread this thread before.